Hi friends, this is the next video in my video series on emotions and feelings. Whatever information I bring to you is authentic, coming from well-researched and scientific resources. Let's begin. Friends, in one of my earlier videos, one aspect which affects emotions I discussed, and that was family. Let's elaborate on that. Friends, the first I'll tell you the family factor, which is described in various books in psychology, and then I'll tell you whether this can change or not. Friends, if every relation in your family is coming under a certain threshold and has certain ups and downs but not very extreme, then your family may be a little challenging to you but not very much. But sometimes some relations in your families cross that threshold and they show some challenging situations. Then the serious and straightaway impact goes on the child as described in the psychological resource from which I am bringing this information to. I do not believe in labeling someone, but to explain to you what the author was trying to say, I would like to discuss this with you. So, the child may get all the blames that he is the reason that all this is happening. In such kind of situation, the child will think of himself as a bad person, and the emotional state he will live throughout his life is of guilt and shame. Another thing which can happen in this kind of a family where some relation has crossed the negative threshold bar and is that the child may always be neglected or ignored. In such a case, the child will obviously become quiet and the result will be that he will be secluded from the society. Another thing which might happen is that the child may always be an overachiever because he has tried to focus all his energy out of these things into his work. And so the resultant is a person who has overachieved beyond his levels but he never stops to enjoy the life. Another thing which may happen with the child is that he may become. Have you seen mascots? Mascots meaning someone who represents that thing. Like we have Commonwealth game mascots or Asian Games mascots and so on. So the child will become sort of will gain or will will be given the position of the mascot of the family, and so he will have to behave in a certain way because he is representing the family. I'm not saying any of this thing is good or bad, and I am certainly not taking pity on the child. It is just a circumstance or situation which he is facing. Does this mean that this is the end of it? Does this mean that these theories need to be applied on people and then they should be labeled for life and told that they cannot change anything about it because the family cannot be changed? No, friends, it is not so. Please don't mistake my laughter or my smile. I am not smiling at the child, but I am smiling at the theory which I am trying to tell you. It's not that they are to be labeled and put aside and told that they cannot change anything in life. Friends, these situations are just a small challenge and you are much over and above them. And what helps you be over and above them is your thought patterns. You are over and above all of this. So if you have such kind of a challenge then and you want to cater to first the memories or the thought patterns you have with parents, you can refer to one of my videos which says have a wonderful relation with your parents, and the exercise is named as the chord that will solve that problem of yours or that challenge of yours. And now if you are left to work on you, that means if you have some kind of a challenge you're facing, some kind of emotional state which is there in you because of this, then simple is change those thought patterns or start having new thought patterns. Friends, when I say the word thought patterns and when I say change them, it does not mean that you are just able to change them just like that. No, thought patterns have to be changed by a skilled process. Friends, have a happy life and always remember that no matter what is happening, one new thing you always have, your next thought.